Cruz Hewitt. That's what we're looking at here. Cruz Hewitt. I want to tell you a story because this came to my attention recently. I was at the DC Open and I saw this go down, and it smelled funny. Let's just say that it smelled a little funny. So I had to do an investigation, which we'll get to. We're gonna get to the DC Open. Let's start in the beginning of the year. Cruz Hewitt. Let's see. How old is he? Let's go to the overview. Stick with me. This is fascinating. And you're either gonna put your head in the sand or you're gonna pay attention. Born in December. So he's just turned 17. Let's go to the activity. He's ranked 370. 370, here we are in July. There's Washington right there. That I was at these matches here. Oh, not too many matches. Let's start here. Brisbane. He starts a year off in Brisbane, Australia. The home country, and he has no ranking. It says he's ranked 735. Okay. Basically has no ranking. And he gets in. Let's just say 735. He gets in to an ATP 250. Okay, he's Lleyton Hewitt's son. Alright, and it's in his home country, and he loses. First tournament. But then the Australian Open. Let's give him a wild card into the Australian Open. Qualifying, loses to Michael Zhang, 740. All right, that didn't work. Let's give him. Let's drop down a little bit. Let's give him a wild card into a challenger, and he plays a challenger. You might say, well, he got a couple wins against a couple Japanese players. I mean, is it any coincidence? As you're gonna see here, then he loses to Dane Sweeney 1-1. Is it any coincidence that he doesn't just drop down? He drops down and he plays not one, not two, but 4 Japanese players. Is there something to that? Was that planned? 4 Japanese players. Brisbane 1, Brisbane 2. Not one challenger, but he gets into 2 challengers. With literally no record whatsoever. So let's drop it down and go to an ITF. Let's play an ITF. Loses to a Japanese player. Okay, that didn't work. This isn't going fast enough. If we're gonna play ITFs, we're gonna play grass. And if you don't know anything about grass. Now, I have no idea what kind of grass this is, but I'm going to guess. Real grass tennis is very hard to play on. It's very fast. And it's easy to win. No one's comfortable. That's why you have all these upsets. During the grass season. No one's comfortable. No one plays on it. No one really likes it. And what do you know? He strings along a bunch of wins against 3 of them, basically with no ranking. You could count the final 4, which he loses to, on grass. And then another grass tournament, he gets some wins. So now let's go back. To hard court. Now he's still hanging around there, 700. Got some ATP points. But let's go to Singapore. What's the deal with Singapore? Who goes to Singapore? To play tennis? I'm going to leave it there, open-ended. Who goes to Singapore to play tennis? And then, let's go to Thailand. Who goes to Thailand to play tennis? Seriously. You're in Australia, okay? If you don't know this, Australia, there's a reason why the majors are on Australia, United States, France, England, because these are major tennis countries. But we live in one of the biggest tennis countries, continents in the world. But let's go to Thailand, because that's where the tennis is. It isn't really nothing really going on here. Goes to Germany, Doesn't do anything in Germany, obviously. Goes to a real tennis country, Sweden. And then he gets into an ATP Challenger. What do you know? It's on grass. It's in Ireland, and it's on grass. What's in Ireland? I mean, who does this? Thailand, Singapore, Thailand, Germany, Sweden, Ireland. The most random path. And now that was, when was that? And grass. Like, who seeks out grass? Nobody. Nobody does that. Unless you know a little something about tennis. June 15th. Takes a month and a half off. Okay, mind you, a month and a half off. And he gets into an ATP 500 in Washington, D.C. And he plays one of the best players. We could say one of the better players that ever played the game, according to rankings. Lajovic was in, I think he was in the top 20. He's currently ranked 150, and he retires. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Cruz Hewitt is 6'12". 6'12", with everything that I mentioned, plays one tournament, a one-off out of nowhere, an ATP 500. Gets into the second highest tournament that he's ever played. Here in the middle of the year, loses or wins against Lajovic, who retires. I'm thinking, okay, all right. Guy's a little older. Maybe something happened. And then, but this is where I start to think, Zachary Svajda retires. And there's no way he's defeating Zachary Svajda. He's not only is he solid, his game style is solid. He's not going to give you the match. And he retires. And he loses, Cruz loses the first set 1-6. But that's not where it ends. You think, okay, maybe he got hurt, maybe something happened. Svajda gets a lucky loser. He gets a lucky loser and goes into the first round of this tournament. Now, who retires because you're injured and then gets a lucky loser? Explain that to me. Other than, I'm just going to put it out there. Was something said to these players? Was something said to these players? Okay, just take one for the team for this one. Take one for the Hewitt team, okay? We'll give you, and then Svajda, that wasn't good enough. So maybe it was, we'll give you a lucky loser. Okay, take the loss, and we'll give you a lucky loser into the first round, okay? No big deal. And then he plays Giron and loses 3 and 4. After all of this, loses to solid Marcos Giron to play his countryman Alex de Minaur in a major tennis public tennis event. I don't know. I'll leave it there. The question mark. You can you come up with you want. Come up with whatever you want to come up with. Now he's ranked 370. I mean, he's not far off from legitimately getting into majors. And I wouldn't be surprised if he never plays a lower level tournament again. So thanks for watching, and like and sub.